Cam Horton and Gage Smith will be the man protecting the rim for the Mob. We start each game with a throwdown. Jelani, you said just take out guys and clear the way for the ball?
Yeah, take out the first guy, take out the guy in front of you, have your highest jumper come over the top and grab the ball and go the other way with it.
All right, let's see who can get physical first. That's how we start each game. It's the throwdown. There it is, over the top. Mob coming away with it. Darius Clark punches it on his head. What a start for the Mob.
Throwdown does sound cooler than tip-off, though. Like, far cooler.
Everything is cooler about SlamBall.
Throwdown sounds like a schoolyard fight to me.
That's what it's about to be. You're going to have to fight the Mob if you're going to hand them their first loss. Only undefeated team left in SlamBall. They're a perfect 9-0 here now into this main event. Simpson into this bottom tramp, denied by Smith.
So hard to win in this league. The fact that they're undefeated is very impressive.
Cutting from the top is Clark. Once you leave the tramps, you have to reset off the wall. A floater just to beat the shot clock, nothing doing. Stan Fletcher, head coach for the Slashers, tells his team, slow it down, let's run our play. Scott dribbles into the scoring zone, rejected by Gage, or was it the rim? Mob coming the other way. Simpson takes that bump, has two cutters, gives it off to Clark, and he threw it down before he even got to his highest jump.
Late entry by Amir, he was watching. Big screen.
Behind the back, Tony Tom finds Scott on the wing, and Gage Smith again.
He always seems to be in the right place at the right time.
Mob coming through. Clark, he's got all their points to start this game, a 6-0 lead. Lost that one going up. Slashers with the outlet. Scott. Slashers look a little tired to start this game.
There it is. There it is. We talked about that pre-game. Maybe that does have a factor on the play a role in it. So we'll see if they can recover from it early. It's that boxing match again, right? Teams filling each other out. They'll settle in shortly.
Especially with the Mob.
Right.
Everyone's always trying to decide, how do you size them up? How are you going to take them on? Because no one's been able to beat them yet.
One of my favorite quotes from Mob head coach Brendan Kirsch: if teams want us to stop scoring, they should stop us from scoring. It's that simple.
Simple as that, right?
Easier said than done.
Oh, there's that hit from Tony Crosby. But Clark clearing out the way. He's got all 9 points for the Mob. Just like hockey, we make substitutions on the fly as the clock continues to run. That's what's great about SlamBall. It's a hybrid of basketball, football, hockey. You throw some gymnastics off the tramps, and you've got this beautiful sport.
This is unlike anything you've ever seen or ever experienced. It takes an incredible amount of conditioning. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, you cannot do that. No bucket. Crosby was stuffed. He hung on the rim. Here's the hit from Smith. No, excuse me, that was Crosby's hit.
League leader in hits once again.
No. I was standing right beside you. I saw that. No way.
And you talk about all the different sports that come into play. Tony Crosby was a tremendous high jumper, actually. Have you found like a combination of athlete that works best for this sport?
The best way I can describe it is a football tight end who has basketball ability, has the height, and has the body.
Oh, okay.
I wonder what...
Ooh, Tony Crosby the second.
I wonder what NFL tight end right now would make the best slam baller.
That's an interesting thought.
Justin Holloway, a little too easy. The Mob with a 12-3 lead here in this first quarter.
I feel like Travis Kelce could be a stopper.
Oh yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
Smith doesn't even have his helmet. He just keeps moving through the contact.
Stormy, do we have a line on this game?
We don't, unfortunately, because the turnaround is so quick from game 2 to game 3 in the main event. But guys, I'm going to work on it either later on this season or next year when it comes back to ESPN. See if we can get main event lines so you can get all 4 teams and just see who's going to win the session on a given day.
Martians from deep, the 4-pointer rolls in. 4 points for the Slashers.
He's deadly from back there. He's deadly.
but we got to celebrate our wins here. To be able to get live sports betting for the first time ever, that is huge.
Yes, major kudos to Circa Sportsbook for getting us those numbers today. And again, we'll have money lines and spreads for every game from now through the playoffs. And hopefully, you know, as the game continues to evolve and we're seeing it more on our screens and people are becoming more familiar with it, it will advance and we'll have totals and we'll have futures and different things like that will grow in the betting space.
Final seconds here in this first quarter. Tony Crosby, what does he have left in him? Oh, dunks it on Gage Smith. An emphatic end to that first quarter. Tony Crosby, he has been the star tonight.
Come on.
Tony Crosby, how do you not love this guy? 5'6", soaring over everybody because he's got that great equalizer. It's the scoring bed, the Tramps. Tony Crosby, let's go.
Make the pass. Come on. Stay locked in, you guys. That's it. It doesn't stop. If it goes to the side, we still in red. What happens? He gets to the island. You get to the bottom, bounce down to the bottom, get to the island. The next person is going, and then Tony, come on. Yeah, you gotta remember. Listen, and then if it gets to the side, first person gets it, bounce down to the bottom, gets to the island, and then now you got the opposite.
That's Stanley Fletcher Jr., Slashers head coach. He's getting into his guys. He's fired up. This is the first chance to knock off the mob.
It's just the way that he played the game. He's fired up. He's ready to go. He's passionate.
No nonsense. You guys can accomplish a lot in those short huddles as well.
Yeah, it's just a reminder of everything that you worked on in practice. Guys, when you get a little tired, fatigue makes a coward out of all of us, right?
Tipped away, you're allowed to goaltend inside the Tramps.
Two in the bottom.
And two mob players in the same scoring bed. That's a turnover.
Right here, Nate. Ball's in. There it is.
Karshins, nobody wants to challenge him. Gage Smith says, I'm waiting for you at the rim.
This is not good.
Cam Hollins through the legs.
Good block.
Lallbacher. A 2-point lead for the mob. And Darius Clark continues his scoring streak. He's got 12 points to lead the way for the mob.
We're not rolling away with it. We're not rolling right here. Play. Here we go.
You said it, when guys can readjust midair, those are the most effective dunkers here in SlamBall.
You can read that bounce differential. It makes you unstoppable in this game.
Yes, that is a mosh pit. The fans banging against the glass. Another innovation here in SlamBall. Mason Gordon, who has created this incredible event, just keeps adding on, and the fans really love it here in Vegas.
Yeah. What way? You feel like you're directly involved in this game. You're banging on the glass, you're screaming at the players.
Oh, I love this.
And that's, again, bringing back the hockey element a little bit. Super fun.
Here's a face-off.
3 points.
And an automatic 3 points for the Slashers because the defender, Gage Smith, was already in the Tramps. You got to start on the wood, and you can't enter until the offensive player makes his move.
But he said bring it on anyway. He's waving, bring it on. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yo, no hands.
This plays with such an edge.
Oh, we love it. He's got that face mask because he got banged up in the first week of action, but it hadn't slowed him down.
Well, that's what happens when you lead the league in stops. You're always in everybody's face.
You got 10.
Lallbacher from the island finds Crosby. Mob with a 2-point lead here in the second quarter. Holloway goes down with a hit from Crosby. Bounces back up, but he can't finish the jam. Crosby with a quick outlet. Here comes James. One-on-one with the stopper, and he rethinks it. Back into the scoring zone. Gage Smith will make you question yourself.
Popcorn.
He has a reckless abandon for his body. He doesn't care what he does.
Right here.
Here's that open court hit.
Right here.
You gotta have your head on a swivel with Tony Crosby out there. James will take it himself. Smith. Denied. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Slashers. Crosby getting into it with Justin Holloway, and both benches will clear. We got some fireworks here in the main event.
It's slam ball, baby. It's slam ball.
Every slasher back. At your bench.
Holloway gets held back.
Right now.
They hold him back, taking him to his bench. Tony Crosby, he's still got a smile on his face.
On Holloway.
Let's see how it all started.
All right, that's it. Tony didn't start that. Okay. Technical foul on Holloway.
Guys going at each other in the open court.
Those are love taps. That's nothing. That's nothing.
77 Holloway. Okay. First
guys talking about what are you having for dinner?
Yep.
I'm having steak. What about you?
That's head referee Rob Wilson at 6'9", getting into the middle of everything, slowing it down. Here's one more look.
I'm watching tight now.
And Rob Wilson, our referee, head ref. We're going to navigate this situation and figure out.
No. You get possession of the ball. The second one, he's kicked.
A regular foul is worth the face-off, but a technical
This is off the ball. This is off the ball, out of play.
There's that Tony smile. He just keeps going.
That's his first technical. I saw everything. That's his first technical.
Does it look like the Slashers are underneath the skin of the Mob?
I think you have to frustrate the Mob, and you have to get under their skin to have a chance to beat these guys. You have to try a different tactic. No one has been able to do that yet.
Crosby, one-on-one. You got to let him go once you enter the scoring zone. Dribbling down. Resets off the wall. Shot clock's at 10. Crosby, he'll challenge Gage.
Gage is doing a phenomenal job of killing bounces. His feet are attacking the trap bed at the same time the offense is entering. Phenomenal job back there.
Crosby pumps his fist, says, I got another one. Here comes the stopper, Smith. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Big bounce, and throws it down. Gage Smith, he can do it all out here. Amir Smith with the windmill, bodied at the rim. And two Slashers in the same tramp is a turnover.
I'm still waiting to see Gage Smith's 360 block. He said the offensive player shouldn't get all the fun. He wants to have something like that. Do you think that we'll see it this season? Do you think he'll get one?
Yeah, I definitely think he'll get one. He's revolutionizing the game. He's doing it on both ends.
Maybe in a face-off, right?
Nice and clean.
One-on-one where you can size the guy up.
Yeah, you can show off a little bit. That's the time to do it.
If he did it in traffic, that would be bonkers. We approach 30 seconds to play here in this first half. Lawbacher sizing up the stopper and dunks on his head.
I don't know what a slam ball player looks like, but I don't know if Lawbacher is that. He's really impressing me with everything that he can do, but he's so unassuming.
Shows he's got some little physicality to his game there, too. Behind the back pass.
Late call, two in the bed, two in the bed.
Two Mob in the same tramp, a turnover. Shot clock turned off. 13 seconds to play here in this first half. What do you want to see from the Slashers?
Get the ball in Tony's hands and see what happens. He's going to direct traffic. He's going to set up everything.
Here comes Lawbacher. 4 seconds. Throwing it up to the cutter. 1 second. And they don't get a shot off. It is halftime here in our main event, and we are all knotted up at 18 apiece. Jelani, this has been phenomenal.
Gage Smith killing bounces, blocking shots, scoring on the offensive end. There's nothing this man can't do.
Will the Mob get handed their first loss of the season? Come on back for the start of the second half. We got some Premier Lacrosse League coming up Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. We'll have the Redwoods taking on the Chaos right here on ABC and ESPN Plus, followed by the Water Dogs and the Cannons. That one is only on ESPN Plus, Premier League Lacrosse. Alongside Jelani Janice, Stormy Bonatoni, I am John Striffen. All right, tie game at the half. The Mob, the only undefeated team left in Slam Ball. What is it going to take for the Slashers to pull this out in the second half?
I think much of the same. They were very physical with them, and they were stopping those backside lobs and those cuts. I think they were very physical. I think much more of that, and they'll maintain they'll be able to stay close and possibly win this game.
It got physical at one point.
Oh, yeah. It was left taps, though. That's all it was. Nothing too bad. SlamBall.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that first half of action. We start with the Mob. Perfect 9-0 on the season. Taking the bump. Darius Clark throwing it back to himself and throws it in. And then once you go against Gage Smith, he has become a brick wall so far this season. As for the Slashers, they didn't go away quietly. They just played in our last game, but Jelani, they still have a ton of energy left.
Yeah, they have a lot of energy left. They have to keep the intensity up. I think Tony needs to be a little bit more aggressive offensively in order to be able to get a win out here.
All right, we're getting set for the start of the second half. We start each half with a throwdown. The Slashers in the purple. The Mob coming out wearing the red pinstripes. Coming over the top, there's Laubacher and the Slashers with the first possession here in the third quarter. Throwing it up, and there's Tony time. Tony Crosby. All right, Stormy, as our betting analyst, we don't have official lines for this second half. If you were trying to handicap it, is there something, any kind of a number you would throw out there just so fans can get an idea of what odds makers are looking at?
Well, it's much more closely contested than I anticipated, and we did see the Slashers make some serious adjustments in game one, down 7, to come back and ultimately win and cover what that spread would have been. So I would still give the Mob the edge, maybe favor them by 5 or maybe 6 would be a better number. Okay. In normal betting for football, basketball, we have key numbers, right, that we like to go off of. I don't know what those key numbers would be in SlamBall. I have to do some more research, guys.
No, but you're not the only one. Oh! Wow. Coming down from outer space, Cam Hollins.
Boom, shakalaka.
How do you block that? I mean, I don't know how you can block something like that.
Yeah, you can't block that. You have to wait. You have to know your personnel. You see Cam entering the trap. You know he's going high, so you have to delay your entry to catch him on the way down when you're going up.
They call him Cam Jam for a reason.
Gage Simpson.
Two. I got 2. What do you got? What do you got? You got
a violation against the Mob.
Okay.
No, excuse me. Illegal contact they're calling against the Slashers. So we're going to have a face-off here in this third quarter. Cam Hollins will go against Bradley Laubacher.
Cam likes to go high here.
There he goes. He just jumped around him.
Cam in a game last weekend did that McNasty, the full 180 between the legs insanity. The creativity that this guy comes with and the confidence to execute it in game is crazy to me.
Right here. Between the legs, 360, and he almost hit his head on the backboard.
What's the key to losing that fear? Because the first time I got on these tramps, I was scared out of my mind how high I got. How do you get rid of that fear?
You just have to get out here and do it. You get out here and do it enough, all your fear goes away. And you can't think about what's going to happen to your body. What's the worst that can happen? You can land in the tramp and land on your feet. That's it.
All right, I like that. We were tied at the half. Mob have opened up a lead in the third. Rejected by Gage Smith. Tie up. Possession goes to the defense. Mob get the ball.
Right there, right there. You're good, you're good.
I'm already regretting the number I gave you as my hypothetical.
And I'm sorry I put you on the spot. Even sports books here in Las Vegas, they've been watching the first few weeks because it's trying to understand and figure out the correct numbers here.
No. One arm. No
I actually talked to Jeff Benson, the director of operations for the sportsbook over at Circa earlier today, just asking him, how did you guys come up with these lines ultimately? And he said it's a lot of a guessing game, just going off the numbers we have in front of us right now, because they don't have the sample size that you would normally have for other sports. They don't know the schemes and the coaching dynamics just yet. So there's a lot of learning on their end.
Big hit by Crosby. Another hit by Crosby. Horton gives it off to Simpson and throws it in for 3 more. You know what that sounds like to me, though, Stormy? If you're a bettor, you might have a slight edge early on because the sports books don't have quite a handle yet. You might be able to make some money on SlamBall out here.
We always say, become an expert in betting. Oh, more hits, more chippiness. You love to see it.
If I hear one more thing,
But yeah, we always say, like, hone in on something, maybe a sport that's not getting as much attention right away. Become an expert at it before other people get involved.
Just checking out those hits. One of the keys to hitting is hitting and driving through the opponent. Not just hitting and standing still, but driving through. So kind of similar to a defensive lineman, kind of hit and drive through. Use your legs, keep them churning, if you will.
Well, Horton just churned right on through Lawbacher, left him in his dust.
that's 2 points, 2 points, 2 points.
I asked earlier in the broadcast for some more physicality, and we are getting it.
Replay. We're watching the same thing.
Give me all the hits, Jelani.
All of it, all of it.
How are the sports books preventing themselves from taking big losses if they don't really have the best understanding of the game just yet?
Yes, because like we said, they are still learning. The limits are going to be a little bit lower. Probably, I believe, I want to say $500 is the max bet you can make right now. That'll grow over time, but they got to start slow. They're not in the business of losing money.
Hey, $500, that's still cash money.
Cash money, homie.
Let's go. Another steal by the mob. Cam Holland. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't.
And flexed
Cam
on him.
Holland showing now.
He's having fun out there.
The mob said, oh, you think you can hang with us? Watch this. It was tied at halftime. They've opened up a 20-point lead. 2 slashers in the tramp, another turnover. Man, Jelani, take another look at this.
360 between the legs, Vince Carter, elbow in the rim, pose and flex like The Rock.
Darius Clark coming for some more as the fans bang on the glass in the mosh pit. I want to watch a game from there one time. No, for real, like that seems like the best angle to watch this game. 2 seconds to play in this quarter.
Encroachment through the box, mob ball, mob ball.
Darius Clark playing the air guitar at half court. He's doing it all. He's waving bye-bye like Dame Lillard. He is having fun out there. He's flexing.
Oh my goodness, Cam Hollins with the Space Jam. Cam, why are you doing it like that? Welcome back inside Cox Pavilion. The mob with a huge lead as we go to the 4th quarter here in this main event of the night. Slashers needing a comeback. They start with the ball here in the 4th. That's a 4-point shot off the mark. Hollins, the stopper's out of place, but getting back in is Lawbacher for the Slashers. Horton settles on the island, finding the cutter. Clark throws it up to himself. Batted away. Slashers have the ball. The Slashers were held to just 3 points in that 3rd quarter. The mob were perfect 8 for 8 in rim attacks.
They started double teaming Tony, taking him out of the game, making someone else score, and that's kind of made them extend their lead here.
Here's Tony finding James, and he throws it down with 2 hands.
Good action, good action.
And we talked about the second half turnaround that the Slashers had against the Ozone, but also good to note, the mob have been a really dynamic second half team as well so far this season. There were a couple games last weekend where they looked vulnerable, and then they were able to flip the switch.
We noticed ever since both teams cleared their benches, they got into it. Coming through is Darius Clark with the dunk. It was the mob who have responded from that moment and took off.
And usually when you have teams that do get into it, one team will kind of fold and the other one will respond. This is classic slam ball here.
This is what you did. You used to punch dudes in the mouth. Not literally, but with your shoulder.
Yeah. Maybe once or twice.
All right, all right.
I was told you were a heat-seeking missile, so there's that.
Cam Horton, another 3-point slam.
Good hustle. Good hustle.
Bodies flying around.
Can't go in. Ball's loose, no possession. Mob ball. Mob ball. Yeah. He can't go in the zone. He can't go in the zone. He didn't have possession.
We've seen teams hang around with the mob to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And then the mob just kick it into another gear as we take another look at that last play.
Okay, but watch the film.
Contact, ball going over back to the mob.
I think the reason why the mob is so successful is because they run their offense every single time down the court. There's no freestyling. They know exactly what they're getting into every time.
Average margin of victory for the mob this season, 27.4 points per game. And Brandon Kirsch also has a mentality of that if you don't play all out, that's opening yourself up for injury. So he wants his guys to play as hard as they can throughout the course of a game. He said they're going to relentlessly score points until there's essentially 20 seconds on the clock left.
And they're doing exactly that.
All right, all eyes are on Tony Crosby for this face-off going against Cam Hollins. One-on-one through the legs. And Hollins didn't even jump.
Even when we're down, give us the highlights, baby. Tony time.
Slasher's ball, slasher's ball.
All right, under 2:30 to play. Not over just yet. The Slashers, if they get some stops and put some scores together like this, Narrett and James, that's 3 more points. That's a 6-point possession.
Yeah.
But that's too much from Gage
Unless you
Smith.
have Gage Smith on your team, then no, that's not happening.
But you are right, John. Generally speaking, the way that the scoring structure is in this league, a 20-point lead can go away pretty quickly.
Timeout. Okay.
So the mob, sensing the Slashers going on a little mini run,
Yeah,
head coach
they call
Brendan
timeout.
Kirsch wants to call a timeout.
Yep. Ball's there. Slasher's ball. No, who's
right now.
Mob,
I
okay.
promise you, I don't care what
I
happens
had a
right
question,
now. All I want you guys to do is execute. That's it. Focus on executing. Remember what's working right now. All right? If we happen to close the gap, it's because you did what you got to do. Good. We back in the game. That's still not a big lead. It's not a big lead. We got enough time to come back. But remember what you're doing while we come back, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Get back to the handler. We got to run red. Get him off the one. We got to slow it down, you guys. Sometimes we just taking whatever they give us right now. You get what I'm saying? Just execute, you guys. Come on, we're doing great. Doing great.
What do you think about that speech in the half by Stanley Fletcher Jr. during that timeout?
Yeah, I think he was right on point. What they started doing is sending people down into the stoppers area to kind of disrupt Gage's bounce. If you disrupt his bounce, get him off balance a little bit and have an attacker go on a one tramp, then that creates better opportunities for you to score.
But the key is they got to start putting some stops together on defense.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to be a little more physical. You got to get up into people to force some turnovers. Reach for the ball. You got to be a little more scrappy.
Holloway finds Simpson cutting and windmills it down. Remember, you can hit the player once they put it on the floor, but not touch them in the scoring zone as Laubacher dunks it home. So they're trading buckets here.
Yeah.
Advantage the mob.
Yeah, defensively, you need to get up in it. You need to get up. You need to swipe the ball away. You need to punch somebody. You need to hit somebody. You need to do something.
Crosby's trying. Ball on the floor, loose ball recovery. No, coughed up. But the mob, you didn't reset when you leave the tramp, so the Slashers get it back. Down by 23, a minute to play. 360. Bird says, not tonight. We saw this in the first
50
game.
seconds.
The mob trying a new strategy with a big lead. They're slowing down the pace, eating some clock.
They understand time and score.
Holloway with the fadeaway jumper. That is legal inside the tramp. You can goaltend. We approach 30 seconds to play as the mob trying to wrap up another main event win. Laubacher. Did his chest hit the rim
I
there?
think it did. I think it definitely did. Mob slowing it down. It sends victory here.
1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. The mob are going to have to put up one more shot.
The action that you guys had at 44 points
There
to be
goes
your whole
Simpson,
offense.
throws it
Whatever
up.
that was.
Violation, and that'll do it for the ball game. The Mob stay perfect on the season. They move to 10-0 as they win this main event over the Slashers, 56-36. The Mob are clearly the team to beat here in SlamBall.
Hey, great game again. I know it's frustrating. Great game again. Great game. Great game. Great game. Great game. Hey, it really is.
Player of the game for the Mob is Darius Clark. He's standing by with Stormy.
Darius, a little bit of a chippy, physical game here tonight, but it seemed like that helped bring out the best in your group. Why?
Well, we're a very, very, very aggressive team. You know, we're the Mob. That's what we're known for. And, you know, we're just going to do what we got to do to win. And it's showing.
Your first game's back, too, after dealing with that injury. How rewarding was it to get back out here on the court and show your stuff?
Man, so it's terrible sitting out, you know. So, you know, I had to come back, you know, and show something. So it's just a blessing to be back. Whole team healthy, we healthy, and we just looking to go undefeated, like I said, week 2, and Mob out.
Another main event win, Mob out.
Mob out.
A little mic drop moment from Darius Clark there. The Mob stay perfect. They're 10-0 on the season.
And they got the game to back it up. They've been backing it up all season. They've been playing incredible slam ball, moving the ball, playing tough nose, defense. They play with such a swag and a little bit of attitude as well. You can't fault this team. Coach Kirsch has these guys playing phenomenal slam ball right now.
Coach, it has been a pleasure having you in the booth. Your team will be on the court tomorrow. Final impressions for this night here on SlamBall as the Mob win the main event.
I think what a way to celebrate 21 years later is where we are. And to have the Mob standing here at half court celebrating their win, I'm just truly happy for them. I'm happy for the sport of slam ball. I'm happy the fact that we got betting going on in slam ball. So we're milestones ahead of where we used to be. So I'm grateful for that.
Head coach for the Griffins, Jelani Janice, appreciate you spending some time with us in the booth. Former player, now you're coaching the next generation of slam ball legends. Our final tonight, it's the Mob racking up another main event win. Come back with us tomorrow. We started off with the Griffins taking on the Rumble, 1 p.m. Pacific on ESPN+. For my partners, Jelani Janice, Stormy Bonantoni, I am John Schriffen saying so long from Las Vegas. To stream the entire replay of this game as well as others, download ESPN Family Networks, download the ESPN app, or visit ESPN.com.